Welcome, everybody. This is episode number 7. Glad to be here. This is Kuro.
And I'm Onizuka.
Nice to see you all again. Today, we're going to start with some pretty major news that I'm pretty sure you all have heard by now, but Subaru Kimura will take over as the voice of Franky from One Piece, as the original voice actor is stepping down due to health concerns.
This is pretty big news for obvious reasons, but it's also crazy because, he just has a very unique voice, and he's also probably like 3 or 4 other One Piece characters, so we're gonna see if this new voice actor will also play those characters like Bon Clay, Django. It's gonna be interesting to see how he takes over, how he compares.
He's actually Todo's voice actor from Jujutsu Kaisen, so that's interesting. So I can't wait to see how he's gonna switch from because if I remember correctly, Todo has a deeper voice. Like it's nothing like Franky's.
Mm-hmm. In general, it's hard to imagine pretty much anybody sounding like Franky or trying to be like Franky, but we'll see.
Prayers out to Kazuki Yao, who was the original voice actor for Franky. We hope he gets well, at least well enough to come back one day and do like a little cameo or something, maybe in a movie or something, or maybe he comes back and does the Franky ow. I wish him the best.
So next up is about the Me and Roboco anime film. It's funny because this movie, if I'm not mistaken, it got announced a long time ago. I want to say in 2023 or something like that. The anime had come out. The anime was whack, by the way. Every episode is 3 minutes, so they're just speed running in chapters. It's weird.
Wow.
But yeah, the movie is gonna finally come out. It was supposed to come out in 2024. Apparently, got delayed. Now it's coming out in April 2025. And
nice.
Apparently, Mayumi Tanaka, who, if you don't know, voices Luffy, Krillin, and a bunch of other characters, she's gonna be in the movie playing a Luffy-like protagonist.
That honestly makes me want to watch a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, and they have this picture of what looks like it's supposed to be Roboco, but she just looks like Luffy. And if you don't know, because I know you don't read it, but it makes a lot of Shonen Jump references because it's in Shonen Jump.
Is it like a Gintama-esque, how they make a lot of jokes about long-running gags or tropes?
Sort of. They reference Shonen Jump stuff and anime stuff in general a lot, especially some of the newer stuff, because it's in the magazine right now with some of these newer series like Kagurabachi and Blue Box and all that type of stuff. It mentions not only older stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho, there's a lot of Hunter x Hunter references, but it also does newer references. It's funny because you know how Gintama has a bunch of recurring characters?
Yeah.
One of the characters is an editor from Shonen Jump, and they portray him as a slave, and
hilarious.
It's hilarious. One of the characters tries to get their manga published. They just make a bunch of jokes about Jump being a work sweatshop. He'll escape from the basement, have chains on him and stuff. They make a bunch of in-jokes about Shonen Jump. It's kind of funny. It's not the funniest series I've ever read, but when you're reading all the Jump series at the end of the week, like Kagurabachi, One Piece, and all the action stuff, it's cool to read something that's just jokes. That being said, like I said, the anime was kind of whack. So I hope the movie's good. We'll see.
Next story. The Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime confirms that the 4th part will be the final season. I don't know. I haven't been up to date on this yet, to be honest with you. But the first part was amazing. And as a manga reader, I have no complaints, honestly. The soundtrack, the visuals, the sound effects of everything, it's no complaints.
Pretty sure they got pretty much everyone back, every voice actor.
Oh, I have one complaint. It shouldn't be on Hulu Plus. It should be on Crunchyroll and or Netflix, because this is ridiculous.
That is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Bleach of all things not being on Crunchyroll. I watched, I think, the first 2 or 3 episodes of this newer part. I'm kind of waiting for the second part to finish, and then I'll go back and watch everything. But yeah, I kind of agree. I really liked the Unohana and Kenpachi fight. Speaking of disappointments or not, I do have a friend who mentioned that he said that he was a little disappointed with the Yamamoto versus Iwatch fight in the anime.
Yeah, I was too.
I could kind of see what he's saying, but
again, I was disappointed with that character as a whole. I felt like they hyped him up for how many episodes of Bleach. Yeah, and then the first time we see him scrap, he gets his ass whooped. He got whooped, and wasn't it it wasn't a clone? It wasn't even the main bad guy. It's like, bro, you got your ass whooped by a fucking shadow clone? What's going on out here?
It's literally just power scaling. It's literally so that this new guy can be like, oh shit, this guy must be business.
And it is crazy.
I remember reading it, and it's funny because I was disappointed in the Squad Zero characters. I was more disappointed in them. Maybe because throughout the series you see Yamamoto do cool stuff, whereas in the final arc, Squad Zero, you just meet them, then they get folded. And speaking of Bleach, Asics are about to come out with a shoe collab with Bleach.
Yeah, I'm looking through these right now. I'm trying to see which one's my favorite. They are pretty sick. And you know Asics are comfortable as hell. Oh, those Renjis? Yo, those red ones are hard. I ain't gonna hold you.
You gonna try to guess
Yo, the Renjis? Yeah.
I mean, I know you got the One Punch Man, who was it, Adidas?
Yeah, no, I think it was Pumas. All right, so according to Foot Locker, the Ichigo-inspired shoe costs about $145 and is only available in men's size 8. And the Renji one is $165 and is available in size 8, 8.5, and 10.
That is strange. I don't think I've ever heard of shoes coming out with only specific sizes.
Yeah, I can't even wear these. Well, they look cool. The Ichigo and the Renjis, they're 2 pairs. Honestly, I like the Renjis more, but yeah, for some reason they only come in specific sizes. So
a few years ago, I don't know if you ever seen these, but the Adidas and Dragon Ball collaboration, they were sick. I tried to get them, but of course they sold out.
Next story on the docket, good news. Ranking of King's manga returns from a 21-month hiatus, which is pretty long, to be honest. It's almost 2 years. It's good news. I loved the anime. Did you watch it?
No. I remember it got pretty popular when it came out. Everybody was talking about it.
Well, I hope they're healed from whatever was like plaguing them before, because again, 21 months is crazy. Speaking of hiatuses, World Trigger manga takes a 1-month break, and this is fairly normal for this like franchise, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it used to be weekly, and then I remember a few years ago I think it's like monthly now or something.
I know this has happened a lot. I hope the mangaka's okay. I hope it's not anything too serious.
The ones that are bad are when they go on hiatus and they don't tell you when they're coming back. So
yeah.
That's when it sucks. Man, it also says that it's going to allow the author to work on the next compiled volume.
All right, next story is another hiatus story. My Happy Marriage manga resumes after an 8-month hiatus. 8 months, pretty long, honestly. And season 2 of this manga, because there is an anime, starts what, January 9th or 10th? What is it?
6th.
Yeah, and I heard this one is popular.
I haven't heard of it, but you said it's popular, right?
Yeah. So shouts out to that, the fan base. And the manga resumes, which means there'll be probably more anime. So everybody should be happy.
Definitely. Says this thing even has like light novel spin-offs. Yeah, so it must be popular. That's when you know.
It's available in 3 different formats. You got light novels, you got manga, and you got anime. Hopefully the manga comes back with some heat. Speaking of manga that have some heat, Chainsaw Man movie is coming out this year.
I always find it funny when a movie is like the title, subtitle of the movie.
So I'm confused by this. There's no new season of Chainsaw Man. It's just
this arc seemingly.
It's cool that they just put a whole arc into a movie. I wonder if the anime does come back, or when it does, are they going to splice this into episodes to give themselves a cushion?
That's what I'm curious about. Are they going to Demon Slayer it? Because Demon Slayer's been doing that for the past like 6 seasons. They move it and then every arc after like the first one, they've been like movie first, then season.
Same, but I can't wait to see this. Like, I ain't gonna hold you.
Speaking of Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise.
Former assistant, right?
Yeah.
They have similar vibes.
Jigokuraku. The anime second season, it's coming out January 2026, which is a long time from now.
Yeah, because the season didn't it come out in 2023?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it didn't even come out last year. So 3 years in between seasons is a bit crazy for today's attention span.
It is. And it's sad because I like the series. I read the manga.
I'm anime only, and I loved it. But how do you like the anime? Was the art style and the animation up to par with what was in the manga?
I would say it was.
Okay, because like I read Kaiju number 8, and the manga, the art is beautiful, but the animation is okay. It's not bad for the show, but it's all right. It's not.
You just expected more.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I can understand that. There are some things that are coming up that I'm excited to see.
The enemies in the show are scary though.
Yeah.
The gods, when you first meet them and you're like, how do these niggas hit them? What's going on? I'm like, oh, this is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, cannot wait.
The next story is about Kengan Ashura. I know you love Kengan Ashura.
I do love Kengan Ashura. I read the Kengan Ashura Omega every week when it comes out. If you like tournament arcs, man, this franchise is for you. They have a new tournament like literally every 3 months. Like one just finished in the manga, and there's another one brewing up already. Like, apparently the creator of Kengan Ashura is starting a new series, which is crazy because he's currently doing a series. So he's trying to pull a Hiro Mashima and juggle like 8 series at one time. I'm assuming it's going to be a fighting series.
Yeah, that was my question. I wonder if it's going to be about fighting.
I can't wait. I'm going to support because I like both Kengan Ashura and Omega. I'm down.
Did you watch the...
Nope. Anime or the Baki crossover. Nope.
I was talking about the Baki crossover.
I saw the style of the anime for the Kengan Ashura, and I heard it's not bad. I heard it's a good show. I don't know. I'd probably give it a try eventually. But I knew what you were going to ask.
I watched the first season of Kengan Ashura, and I'm like, both of these series are so ridiculous. Who's gonna out ridiculous the other? I think it has to be Baki.
I would assume Baki.
I've seen more Baki than Kengan. So
the damage that people take, Kengan Ashura is ridiculous. Like, people will get slammed on their face with like 500 pounds of force and just brush it off. But Baki, they'll like fold niggas in half and fight elephants and shit. Yeah, so there's a different
class of insanity.
You got niggas, Yujiro taking out a whole special forces unit with guns and traps. There's one nigga, the connector in Kengan Ashura in Omega, that's like so OP. This nigga like walked through a whole like room of like guards and didn't even like touch him. He was just like dancing and everybody just dropped. But still, nobody on Yujiro's level. Nobody doing Baki level stuff, but still, shouts out to this mangaka for doing another series. I will support. Definitely look out for this one.
Next story has to do with 2 Japanese celebrities getting married. One who is Hiroshi Kamiya, who is the voice actor of several famous and popular characters. I mean, he's Law from One Piece. He's Yato from Noragami. He's
Levi.
I think he's the main Monogatari. I'm pretty sure he's the main character in that. He is the guy from Arakawa Under the Bridge. He's like everybody.
Bro, this guy, he's a leading voice actor in this industry, and he just got married to an actress, Rina Aizawa. So congrats to them.
It's funny because when I saw the article, I assumed she was a voice actress too, but she's more in like live action stuff. Sometimes voice actors do get married.
Yeah, like this happened recently. And from Ray Zero, Subaru, the voice actor, and the little cat Puck from the same show, they got married. So that's cool. Congrats to them. Hopefully this guy's paying for the honeymoon because he has had roles upon roles upon roles in the anime world. Like, geez. Our next story, which is a strange crossover, sports and anime crossover, which I'm all for. Luffy is joining the Los Angeles Lakers for one night on February 28th.
You serious?
Yeah, which is cool because I am a Lakers fan and I'm a huge One Piece fan, and I cannot wait for this game. One Piece and Luffy. And there's a cool like little card of Luffy dunking a ball in a Lakers jersey.
It also says more details to come, so we don't really know too much yet. Some of these characters are just becoming mascots just in general. Like, I remember when the Tokyo Olympics had a bunch of anime characters. I remember when Goku got on, what was it, Frosted Flakes or something? He was on a cereal box. People were talking about it. I think it was Reese's Puffs. This isn't even the first time that One Piece has been doing sports collabs though, so that's pretty cool. Because they did something with the Rams, and I think they did something with the Red Sox hosted a One Piece night a little while.
Oh, okay. The next story. The live-action Luffy actor, Inaki Godoy, was interviewing Eiichiro Oda, who very rarely shows his face to the public, and we get to hear his voice and see like his body or the silhouette. It's crazy. This is probably his house, low-key. The fact that Inaki's like learning Japanese is pretty cool.
I feel like they did a video before where he talked to him, but maybe I'm misremembering.
It's cool though, because even though we can't see his face, Oda doesn't seem to be that old. But shouts out to them. I cannot wait for season 2. It comes out this year, so I honestly can't wait. That's probably one of my most look forward to shows of this year. And it should be yours too, because I remember you was a skeptic. You were hating.
Absolutely, I was skeptical. I mean, first of all, live action anime in general, from both the West and sometimes the East, hit or miss. Also, the production company that made this also made the Netflix Cowboy Bebop. So that was their first foray into live action anime. So I was like, I don't know.
All fair, but as the show was coming out, there were trailers dropping. There was little tidbits being dropped, and you did not change your tune.
There was a trailer that dropped for Cowboy Bebop like right before it came out. They did stuff where it was like the opening, like the anime opening, and I remember being like, "Oh shit, maybe it would be." No, it wasn't. So that's all I'm saying.
The Sony purchase of Kadokawa.
Yep, Sony becomes the largest shareholder in Kadokawa in January. Company to hold nearly 10% of shares after buying 12 million new shares for about 50 billion yen.
Or about $320 million. Instead of a full-on buyout, which is what it seems everybody was afraid of, Sony's just going to take a strategic capital and business alliance with Kadokawa. I wonder what this really means, like how much power do they have? They're the largest individual holder, but they still can't really make any decisions on their own. So I guess this is a win for anime fans.
I'm not sure if they have to for Sony, honestly. Literally for Sony, it's just, yo, we're in there.
Yeah.
That in itself is a win for them. A. B, years from now, who knows? They could just, this could be a slow hostile takeover.
Yeah, that's true. They can just keep inching in piece by piece.
Yeah. Sony is, I mean, they're making plays. They made plays for games by buying some studios. They're making plays for anime now, and not only anime and manga, because Kadokawa does all of it. It's only a matter of time before this like combo package that we talked about is a thing, where you pay one price, you get Crunchyroll, Sony, everything.
Yeah, they're just gonna subscribe us to death.
And like we said last time, it would be kind of foolish if they don't start making like animated adaptations of some of their video game stuff. And they could even make manga. Like, imagine
they could get somebody that just finished a series that wants to just do something else. You know, God of War, why not?
It'd be far from the first time that like a Western or otherwise non-anime related IP has gotten a manga spinoff. That happens kind of a lot. So
that'd be cool. Seems like that's it for the 7th episode of Ramen Radio. Thank you guys for the support and for watching. Let us know what your favorite story was in the comment section below. And I'm Kuro.
And I'm Onizuka.
And we'll see you next time.